In the name of Allah, the Compassionate, the Merciful. The Quran speaks in the voice of God to proclaim the glorious names of God. The faith of Islam is expressed in the Shahada, La ilaha illallah, there is no God but the God. Allah means merely the God and is not his name, but God has many names. Al-Awwal, the first. There can be no image of God. Islamic art is mostly non-representational. Al-Rahman, the All-Merciful. The ultimate human condition in Islam, the profound peace that comes with surrender to God. For Allah is compassionate, merciful. Al-Rahim, the most merciful. The Quran says, "It is the same whether you call on God or on the merciful. His are the most gracious names." Al-Malik, the King, the Sovereign. The Quran says, "In the vastness of the heavens and the earth his throne is established. Tirelessly he preserves them. So great is his majesty." As-Salam, peace and blessing. Islamic art often consists of intricate patterns of calligraphy. Al-Muhaymin, the guardian, the preserver. There is no undecorated space in Islamic architecture. God is everywhere, and so every space must be beautiful. Al-Aziz, the mighty, the self-sufficient. Al-Khaliq, the Creator. The Quran says, "Praise the name of your Lord Most High, he who created and fashioned, he who measured and guided, who caused the pasture to spring forth." Al-Fatah, the opener, the victory giver. Al-Alim, the all-knowing, the omniscient. The Quran says, "We created man, we know the promptings of his soul, and are closer to him than his jugular vein." Al-Adl, the utterly just. The Quran says, "We charge no soul with more than it can bear. Our book records the truth. None shall be wronged." Al-Azim, the magnificent, the infinite. Al-Ghafur, the all-forgiving. Al-Hakim, the wise. And this is the cover of a Quran. Al-Wadud, the loving, the kind one. The Quran says, "If you reckoned up God's favors, you could not count them." Al-Ba'ith, the raiser of the dead. The Quran says, "It is we who will resurrect the dead. We record the deeds of men and the marks they leave behind. We note all things in a glorious book." Al-Muhyi, the giver of life. Al-Mumit, the bringer of death, the destroyer. The Quran says, "Every soul shall taste death, and in the end you shall return to us." You notice some of the names of Allah are contraries, evoking the logic of the balance of opposites. So Allah is the giver of life and the bringer of death. Al-Wahid, the One, the All-Inclusive, the Indivisible. The Quran says, "God is one, the eternal God. He begot none, nor was he begotten. None is equal to him." Al-Rauf, the Compassionate, the All-Pitying. As-Sabur, the Patient, the Timeless. Al-Hakam, the Judge, the Arbitrator. The Quran says, "The fate of each man we have bound about his neck. On the day of resurrection we shall confront him with a book spread wide open, saying, 'Here is your book. Read it. Enough for you this day, that your own soul should call you into account.'" Al-Akhir, the Last. And yes, you recall that Allah is also named the First, another case of the balance of opposites in the names of Allah. La ilaha illallah. The Sufi way is a mystical way of Islam. Mystics who have shown the way are revered as saints. And poets who have sung the way are revered as sages. Many Sufi mystics and poets live very ordinary lives, a shopkeeper here, a bookbinder there, but within was the dance of the spirit. And some enter mystical consciousness by dance, the whirling dervish. So, what do the mystics teach and the poets sing? They teach and sing this: La ilaha illallah. There is no God but the God. Nothing is divine but God. Nothing is of ultimate importance but God. Nothing is but God. They sing, look around you in every direction. Look at the people you know. Look at the world around you, even at the smallest creatures. Look inside yourself. What is not God? Whatever you see, within or without, is a manifestation of God. They sing, tear aside the veils of all you see in this world, and you will find yourself alone with God. If you draw aside the veils of the stars, you will see that all is one with the essence of your own pure soul, and you will become one with God, for then will you be the very essence of the divine. One night, while Hassan was praying, he heard a voice cry, "Ha! Do you wish me to tell the people what I know about you? They may stone you to death." "O Lord God," he replied, "do you wish me to tell the people what I know of thy mercy and what I perceive of thy grace, that none of them need ever again bow to thee in prayer?" The voice answered, "Keep your secret, and I will keep mine." Said the poet Rumi, "The purpose of humanity is observation and understanding." Oh, God's compassion is raining observation and understanding. God says, "I have created you, your moments, your breaths, your possessions, your lives. You are more precious than both heaven and earth. You know not your own worth." There is no salvation for the soul but to fall in love, said the poet Rumi. Only from the heart can you reach the sky. The rose of glory can only be raised in the heart. The faith of love is separated from all religion, said Rumi. For lovers, the faith and the religion is God. Remember God always, that self may be forgotten, so that yourself may be effaced in the one to whom you pray, without care for who is praying or the prayer. Before this, said the mystic Ben Araki, there was one heart but 1,000 thoughts. Now all is reduced to, there is no God but God.